Hey, maybe you can hear me now. That's twice I've done that. Sorry. So I've so as you see, I got my lighting different this time. The first time I had it up in front and it was like blue, you know. Somebody was like, dude, man, why are your thing so blue? What the heck, man? And I was like, huh? I don't know what you mean. Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right. Let's see if we can get this up here. So, let me bring that down a bit. There we go. So, today's one of our main subject tonight is dating. Now, there's all kinds of different dating out there. Okay. And by the way, after this video post, I appreciate all y'all coming in and watching. I'll try not to be too boring. So yeah, dating. I've been on a lot of dates. I'm 47 and it's like where to start. If you got any suggestions, you know. So let's see. You got online dating. You have speed dating. Sorry about that. And you have bad datings. You have good datings, blind datings, blind dates. Who's here been on a blind freaking date? I've been on a couple, and I don't want to say I've never had a bad date. Of course, that was when I looked a whole lot better. So, let's see. So, the latest thing is speed dating. Okay, so speed dating. Hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining in, and hanging with me. ¿Qué pasa? Anyway, so I've been thinking about going on speed dating. And if you don't, lo siento, no hablo español. Poquito. See. But speed dating has been on my mind for a long time. Probably 15 years. I know it's probably older than that. But anyway, I've been looking to go on it and just trying to get people's opinion. If you ever done it before. So just to clarify what speed dating is, you go to it's a bunch of single people. They meet up at a place, like a restaurant or a brewery or something, and they spend like 5-6 minutes with each other. That's it. Just getting to know each other in that little bit of time and everything. I'm pretty sure there's a scientific purpose behind that. Because they say like in the first, I have heard in the first 5 minutes you can kind of get to know somebody. You get to know what kind of person they are. You guys, you got to talk real fast though. You know, it's like da, 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 you know. Oops, I had to kick my camera off. So Indonesia, okay. That's okay. Maybe you could use a translator. Um, Battle Angel. Battle Angel. Great movie, by the way. Coming out part two. I am here in Pleasant Garden, North Carolina. Um, hey, Sammy. What's up? ¿Qué pasa, Sammy? Uh, it's really cool. Like, people from all over, they come in and and they say all kinds of cool stuff. Yes, USA. Mm-hmm. Hi. It's fun meeting new people. I used to be a DJ, and believe it or not, and and I've met thousands of people. Yes. Muchas gracias. Um, but I'm talking about speed dating right now. So, has anybody out there done any speed dating before? If you have, say so. Hey, everybody. Um, well, so Battle Angel asked me if I can talk about Trump's imposing tariff everywhere. Okay, so one thing about my show is I don't talk about politics. Okay, uh, I I really don't know a whole lot about the. I try to keep out of all that stuff about the tariffs and all that, and so all I can say is it is what it is, and there's nothing that us civilians can do about it. You might think you can, but you can't. It's all government, and so that is that. That's the best opinion I can give you on it. Um, you know, do I believe in government? Uh, I believe that government is can be bad in some points, and then possibly good in others. But I can't talk about that stuff. I won't talk about that stuff. I do apologize. There are other podcasts that will talk about that stuff. By all means, go to them. My show is more happy, variety, way different. That's why I try to be. I try to be way different. Um, yeah. As far as the impact of all that stuff on me, I mean, yes, we have, our. It seems like the food is just the price of food is high, and the price of gas is still up. You know, there will always be inflation. I don't care. There will always be that. Um, I think there's more to it. I think that, from my personal perspective, that I think that well, from what I've seen ever since I was a little kid, right? Everything I've seen since then. I'm 47 now, and it's like a broken record. History repeats itself. That's and it's all done to keep us on our toes, to keep the economy going, to keep us, keep spending money. It goes around and around and around and around and around. Has there ever been change for the better? I mean, as an economy, we grow for the better, but look at all the homelessness out there and all that. I mean, dude, it's like when I was a child, I don't remember there being that many homeless people. I mean, it's insane. Everywhere you go, it's crazy. I went to Vegas several times, and the homelessness is just it's amazing. It's amazing there. Um, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Battle Angel. Battle Angel just said that they lost. Uh, I'm guessing it's $2,500 on the stock market. You know, it's one thing I've never done is played the stock market. I would probably be good at it because I'm good with numbers. I'm really good with numbers. You know that Jason Statham movie where I think it's called Safe, where he saves a little Asian girl because she can remember numbers really well and everything. I'm kind of like her, but not that good. I mean, dude, at the end of it, she's like, I know this, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God. But I've always been good with numbers. And so, yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. So I can imagine how bad it is. I've actually been to, it's not a third world country, but I've actually been to a developing third world country, I guess you could call it, which is Costa Rica. And um, no, okay. Um, yeah, I can imagine how bad, because I mean, like everything here, we see more of everything of anything. I mean, excuse me. Um, there's a lot of stuff that comes out of China. A lot. Ever since I was a kid. China, 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 China. uh, have I ever been to? I've never been. I've never. The only place out of the United States I've ever been to was Costa Rica. That's it. I would never go to Africa. I would never go to South Africa. I would never go to. If I was going to go anywhere, I would go to Japan or Italy. Let me rephrase that. I'd go to Italy 20 years ago. I heard Italy sucks now. I heard that it's like the people coming in, the immigration and all that. And I heard it's like terrible. That's just what I hear of videos I see and everything. So just base it off of that. I don't want to go to Africa because I don't want to get eaten by a lion. And I don't want AIDS. Africa has the highest count of AIDS, supposedly. But we have our fair share here in the United States too. I mean, we have all kinds of stuff here. It just depends on where you go. Now, where I live, I mean, you could walk outside and get bit by a copperhead and die. Well, yeah, I have, but you know what I grew up on? I grew up on watching Wild Kingdom. That was my TV show with Marty Short. That was the show to grow up on right there. You learn so much about animals and insects, reptiles, and all that. Yeah, that and it's like Australia, dude. I mean, it would probably be cool to go to Australia, but in the city, I wouldn't want to go. I wouldn't go walkabout. Very, very dangerous. Yeah. I've got a buddy from Thailand, and I knew nothing about Thailand until me and him started talking. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm kind of go there, you know. He's like, yeah, just watch out for the lady boys. And I was like, what? And he started telling me about it and everything, and I'm like, whoa. So yeah, not my cup of tea. Um, but yeah, I've actually I got another friend that he was in the military, and he was stationed in Thailand. And dude, he's like, man, it is so freaking cheap to live here. It's crazy. Like, I mean, like everything super cheap. So yeah. Um, Now my cost of living here is, so in the United States, it depends on where you live. If you go up to New York City, dude, it's super expensive. Um, Here in Pleasant Garden, North Carolina is like cheap. Um, yeah, beer's like a nickel. Yeah, that's like all them Asian dudes, man. It's all these. Well, I don't know if now, but what they used to do, the older dudes, dude, they would get drunk and they smoke continuously. That's what I used to see, like on TV and stuff like that. And yeah, you know, like little kids be out there, be like, you know, little 6-year-old kids be out there smoking. Like, what the heck, man? Um, it is like another world, though. When I was in Costa Rica, it was like staying on another planet. Everything was totally different. Now they did have a McDonald's and a Taco Bell, but the food was like way different. Like Taco Bell, I went in there and I was like, "Hey, let me get I wanted a chicken burrito," and they gave me this flour tortilla, and it had a half a chicken, a half a fried chicken on it, and it had that gooey cheese on there. It was so nasty. Real Costa Rican food is great, hands down. But they love corn, so beware of that. Yeah. Um, but yeah, yeah. I had like my buddy from Thailand. He eats a lot of chicken and rice, and he's like super fit, like just you know, picture Bruce Lee but bigger. Oh, yeah. Uh, but now, but I eat. In fact, I just got finished eating some rice, and what I do is I take those kielbasa sausages and I put them in I put them in the air, break it in half, put it in the air fryer or whatever, and then chop them up, and then put that sausage into the rice. Forget about it, man. It's like so freaking good. It's hearty, it's salty, and it's loaded with protein, and it's so good. I love salt. I'm a big MSG guy. I always tell people, like, dude, I eat so much salt. When I die, I'll be so mummified. They say to put me out in the sun for a day and I'll be good. Extra crispy. You got to eat the right rice. I'm not. I don't like. I can eat it, but I don't like white rice. Um. Yes, MSG is poison. Totally agree. But uh, I've ate rice all kinds of different ways. Jambalaya, dirty. Um, you know, I made homemade dirty rice, stuff like that. Um, you can get those packs of Knorr. It's Knorr. It's got like it's broccoli and it's kind of like a yellow rice. So good. Um, Fried rice is great. My favorite restaurant here is Arigato Japanese Steakhouse. They make the best fried rice. Um, uh, by the way, I've just learned how to make really good fried rice. You make your white rice, okay, put it in a bowl, put it in the refrigerator for a day, then take it back out, then fry it. It's called day old rice. So, um, yeah, I don't know what that is. But anyway, uh, so yeah, it's fun. We got, I'm all about variety of talking about all kinds of different stuff, no matter what it is. I mean, it don't matter who you are, whatever. It's fun to listen to. It's funny how we started off on dating, talking about dating and speed dating, and we're talking about food. Everybody loves food. I love food. I do. Man, I could make a list of just my favorite restaurants to go to. Um, but I don't eat out as much as I used to. I really don't. Ever since my diet I went on a diet for a month. Um, and I stopped eating certain foods. I didn't starve myself. Um, but yeah. Uh, hey y'all, if y'all just now tuning in, so we were talking about dating, and now we're talking about food, but now we're talking about dating, so it's like kind of back and forth. But if you have a title or a subject you want to talk about, just let me know. So yeah, so somebody asked, is speed dating still a thing? Um, Apparently it is. I actually Googled it because I've always wanted to go on speed dating, and I was like, I'm gonna Google it and just see if there's something near me. So the city near me is Greensboro, and um, but at first I was like, yeah, I'm gonna. I found one. It was like at a brewery or whatever. It's supposed to be sometime in October, end of October, and I started reading the fine print, and it's okay. First of all, I am a blue collar. Okay, so you got white collar, blue collar. I am a blue collar, right? Um, I'm a mechanic. I work on all kinds of cars, soup them up, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Do all that, like to get my hands dirty. And being a mechanic, from what I've always been told, is a blue collar thing, right? Owen Wilson, yeah, he got a messed up nose. I got a big nose, but he got a messed up nose. Anyway, thank you. I I don't even hear my accent, but I went to California and people were like, dude, where are you from? So, some people like it, some people don't. Yeah. But I can do accents though. I can talk like an Australian dude. Hi y'all, welcome to the show. Like a weird Australian. Welcome to the show. We're talking about crikey. We're talking about the my nails. That's because they're clean. Well, somewhat clean. Yeah, they're pretty clean. Yeah. I have really good soap. Somebody says your nails don't look like mechanics. Bad Aussie accent. Yeah, I know, right? Let's put another shrimp on the ball, me. But anyway, so God, I forgot what I was talking about. So white collar, blue collar. So this speed dating thing said something that kind of steered me away. It made it sound like they were looking for white collar only and rich people, I guess, or something like that. I can't quote it word for word. I don't want to. I don't want to look it back up. But yeah, but it just gave me, I get these vibes. It just steered me away, and I was kind of like, okay. Now, technically, I could go ahead and pay and go on there. It's like $30 or $40, but I could do it and show up, and it would be a disaster. It would be so bad, but probably really fun. I would probably stick out like a sore thumb in that place, man. Now the way I would dress, I started thinking about that. I was like, how would I dress, because you got to be careful, right? You got to be careful how you dress because if you don't want to dress under, don't want to dress over, right? So you got to find that medium. So I would say just dress in, you know, some nice khaki pants, a nice button-up shirt, some nice shoes. I do have some nice shoes, but they're really dress-up shoes. They go church in or whatever. Um, yeah. But anyway, that's how I would do it. I would not go in there with a three-piece suit or anything like that because that would be me giving off the wrong impression. Be like, yeah, I'll make six figures a year. Check me out in my suit. No. Do I look like the type of guy that would wear a three-piece suit? No. Mm-mm. Even with my glasses off, I still don't. So that would be yeah, farm. So underclothing would be wearing, what I'm wearing now, or t-shirt and jeans. Um, yeah. Uh, khakis for technically khakis are when I was like in high school, if you wore khakis, you were a prep. You were preppy. That was your family had money. So see that it all probably depends on where you live and everything too. I mean, everybody's different. Look at over in like in Cairo, Egypt, and all that. They all of them wear those white robes, like something Jesus would wear. They all look the same, right? So I mean, it depends on where you go. You know, um, and one popular thing I'll give you on this one. There's a freebie. If you ever go to one of those speed datings here, you will be the minority. Like, in other words, if you're a man, you will be. There's usually not that many men that show up at these things. It's usually a ton of women. Yeah. So, man, I could see myself like busting up in there. Let's just say if I wore my Sunday best and I busted up in there, be like, what's up? Especially if I let my hair down. Hang on a second. I usually don't do this. If I can get my hair. Yeah. So yeah, if I busted up in there like this, be like, what's up? How y'all doing? The only problem is I couldn't keep a straight face because I'm always laughing and everything, man. I'm kind of just like, unless I'm really tired, I'm just going to be like, yeah, yeah. You should see when I wash it. I look like Ted Nugent going on tour. It's like, yeah. I've been growing this for like 5 years. One day I was just like, somebody asked me, "Is like, dude, what's up with the long hair?" Like, people that know me, they say, "What's up with the long hair?" I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just got tired of cutting it. I just gave up one day. I was like, screw it. Oh man. Yeah. I did though. I was just like, that's it. I give up. And I remember when I first, like, we have bars here, and I started going um to the local bar, and I walked up in there the first time with my hair down, and my friends were there, and they were like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like they hadn't seen me that long, and they were just like blown away. And yeah, they were like, "Dude, what's up with that, man?" Everybody was always asking me, "What's up with the long hair? Are you trying to look like Jesus or something, man? What the heck, man?" And I was like, "None, man. I just stopped cutting it. That's all. No big deal. Jeez, you know." But I was going to, like, I can pull it back like this, something like this. Kind of hurts though because you have to, like, really get through it. Um, yeah, it's very hot, very hot. Wintertime, no problem. Built-in heater. Just wrap it around. But anyway, um, so yeah, back to talking about speed dating. So speed dating, I'm going to have to find a new one. You know what somebody needs to come up with? Just hear me out on this. Somebody needs to come up with a speed dating thing, but for people like me. And okay, let me refresh that. So what I mean is people that are from the country. I live in the country. I don't live in the sticks, but I live in the country, and there's just no such thing as speed dating here. As far as I know, I have never seen speed dating before. If there has been, it's been on the low spectrum. So, um, but that's what somebody needs to do. I would do it myself. I actually have another channel that is up and running, but there's nothing on it, and it's called Small Town Show. And I was trying to come up with some ideas for it, and it dawned on me. I was like, well, I should turn it into like a dating show. Let me know what you think on that. I think it might be kind of cool. I just got to figure out how to do it, right? Like probably invite like 10 people onto the show, right? The problem is having a place to do it, and I don't know if I want to do it on my property. I think I'd probably go find a place to rent or something like that, because people pay to go on that stuff. And I mean, it's usually like it's anywhere from $30 to $40 usually to go on to go to those things. And it makes sense, I guess, because they, if the person is renting the space, it needs to be paid for. So that's a given. That's fine. I mean, $30 or $40, that ain't nothing. That's fine. I mean, I'll pay that going to, going out to eat or something. It's not too bad. So yeah, just trying to find a place for it or something like that. Maybe I can get up with somebody that would be willing to do it with me, and then do that. That'd be kind of cool. It really would. If I didn't have, like, I don't I don't really have the space to do it at my place. Um, Otherwise, I would do that. Um, well, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But anyway, it's called Small Town Show. For like a month now, I've been trying to figure out what to do with it, with that channel, and uh, I don't. That's the only thing I can really come up with is making a dating show. Like when I say dating show, I mean like kind of like mixing in like 80s, 90s dating shows. If you ever grew up with those, mixing them in with like modern type and be really cool. There is a lot of um, dating shows I've seen on YouTube and whatever. They do like that, the balloon popping thing. I know y'all probably seen that. Um, I don't really like those because for one reason, when they'll take like a bunch of ladies lined up or a bunch of guys, whichever, and they'll have that, the host is standing there and then the person comes on. And if the people in line, they basically they judge a book by its cover, and that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Um, but they say, "Oh, I don't like their clothes they're wearing." What? You're an idiot. That's how picky people are. It's like, dude, if you're going to be that picky, don't go on those things. Don't go on those shows because you're going to be disastrous no matter what. So, um, yeah, or they got the one where they come up and they sit at the table and they got the little red button in the middle, and like same thing. They just look at them, boop, hit it, and I don't want that, whatever. But that's nothing new. It's not. MTV used to have dating shows. I don't know if y'all remember those. It was seemed like there was a ton of different ones, and there was one that had like a bus. It was kind of like a Greyhound looking bus or whatever, and you had the contestants on the bus. There was probably, I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 of them, and you had the one person with the host standing outside, and the people would come off the bus one at a time. And it was called Next. That's what it was called. As soon as the person would like step off the bus, the person down here would be like, "Next." I mean, from like 20 feet away or 30 feet away looking at them. It's like, dude, what the? So my point is if you're going to be that picky, you should not be on that show. You should not be dating. And most of the time, it's young people too. The young people don't know what the hell they want. They don't. I would say, like, okay, so I'm 47. Do I know what I want? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what I want, but I know what I want. Yeah. So I know right now, I will tell you one thing that I do want. I want to put my hair back up. Bear with me. I put my hair up. Oh, that's my hair is so freaking hot. Oh my God. Hey man, if you're just now tuning in, if you got a subject you would like to talk about, hit me. Or just leave. Alrighty then. It's funny how people they come on and they go right off. They're like, huh? Oh. That's how bad people's ADD, ADHD, whatever it is. That's how bad they are. Or they're autistic. Mm-hmm. I said it. I have a little bit of ADD myself, I think. because I'll start talking about something, then it's like left field. It's like, yeah, we're talking about this, and a squirrel. Hey, what's up? If you're tuning in, if you got a subject you'd like to talk about, we are on talking about speed dating, stuff like that. But if you guys, separate subject you would like to talk about, by all means, or just say hi. I've got a lot of people that coming in and out. It's crazy. I just had somebody from Thailand on here. I had somebody from Africa too. That's kind of cool. Out of the billions of people I just lost them. Well, anyway, out of the billions of people watching, billions of people on Earth, not one person comes on here. Isn't that something? Or like 10 people come on here and then they leave. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't care. I don't care. You want to hear something funny? So like, so the other day after getting done with the podcast, I noticed that there was one person that kept sticking around. Well, it turns out it was me on my laptop. I was like, man. But after it posted, like 70 people came in, which is weird. I don't know why people like come in afterwards. Like, it's like it's live. You need to watch it while it's live, right? But anyway, going back to talking about speed dating. Talking about dating in general, blind dates. I've had my share of blind dates. I've had one bad blind date. Like it wasn't fisticuffs or anything, but it was somebody that I went to go meet, and they turned out to be a crackhead. Yeah, that was scary. Today I would have never done that. This was almost 20 years ago. So yeah, very, very scary stuff. You never know what you're gonna meet. It's like, I've always said, if you know how women say, oh, there's nothing but weirdos online and everything, blah blah blah. Guess what? That door swings both ways. There's some weirdo women out there, man. It's scary. It really is. Hey, thank God I'm a man. Like, I'm a grown man, I can hold my own, mess with me. But anyway, but anyway, speed dating. So yeah, thinking about going on speed dating. Let me know if you've ever done that, what it was like or something. Am I scared to do it? No. Am I cautious? Yes. I'm probably the type of guy that would walk in and see nothing but a bunch of ugly women sitting around, and I would probably just turn right around and walk out. But then again, I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably be like, I'm here. I might as well, enjoy myself. I ain't got nothing else better to do. Well, what am I going to do? Go back home, sit on my couch and watch television? Might as well enjoy the night. Maybe get some good food while I'm at it. But yeah, that would be my luck though. If I get there, just nothing attracts me at all or anything like that. It's just, I've known like guys in the past that like, dude, they have like no expectations. How can I say this? They, choice words. They have no standards, no standards whatsoever. They don't care. And I've actually asked him, like, dude, like, are you okay? Like, it's, I mean, decent looking guys, but the women they would get with, I mean, it was like anything they can get their hands on. I'm like, what is wrong with him? But I mean, hey, more power to him. To each his own, man. I mean, cheers. Um, mm. I'm not that desperate. I mean, I'm old fashioned. Don't get me wrong. I am. I'm just a good old country boy. But man, I just sit back. I watch people. That's what I sit back and I'm like, I'm not like them. I don't know. I'm just different, I guess. Uh, I don't know. I watch these on YouTube. I watch these speed dating things. Um, how picky people are. I thought I was picky, dude. Like, they're so picky. They don't. If they see the person wearing a wrong shirt, like a different shirt or something, like, I don't like the way his shirt looks on him. Next, I'm like, when did people get so freaking picky, man? I don't like their shoes. Like, anything about their clothes. I don't like their clothes that they're wearing. Dude, I am not clothes picky. If anything, if one of my picky, I'm sorry, I'm blunt. Viewer discretion advised. I'll just say that. But when it comes to me liking a female, I like someone who is okay. So you got physical and you got mental. Okay. Um, I guess personality, that would be a third. Yeah. So okay. So physical. We live in a physical world. First thing we see, or first thing let's make it me. Let's make it all about me. uh, so so when I see somebody, you know, physically, um, I am attracted. I'm old school, so I am attracted to somebody who's attractive. You know, but then again, somebody like my friends, I got several friends, like, they might think that somebody's attractive, but I don't think that they're attractive. That makes sense. So I have my own way of looking at a female and saying she's attractive. You know, natural beauty is a plus. Um, and when it comes to body, I'm really not that picky. I mean, I like for somebody to be in shape. I mean, take care of yourself, something like that, Um, yeah, long hair is a plus, stuff like that. But when it comes to, um, you got to have good hygiene too. Good hygiene is a plus. But when it comes to personality, um, that's a no-brainer. I mean, they got to have a great personality. You know, I used to know somebody back in the day, a girl that had the greatest personality. Too bad she's no longer in my life. But she she had the greatest personality out of any woman I've ever known. You could act like a guy around her, and she was fine with it. That's how good it was. Crack a joke, fart, whatever. But anyway, you could be yourself around her, and she was great. So that's one of the things that I look for, somebody you're comfortable with. That's the main thing right there. Man, if you're not comfortable with anybody you're with, bye. You gotta leave them. That's a rule. Can't be with somebody you're not comfortable with. Um so when it comes to being smart, so I'm not the smartest person on earth or anything like that. I do have a lot of knowledge and I do use a lot of common sense. But when it comes to um, doing stupid things, excuse me, when it comes to doing stupid things, there's a difference between being stupid and being ignorant. So, yeah, I don't date stupid girls. If you ain't got no brain, no. And really hot girls, don't mess with them. I don't mess with them. Mm-mm. Waste of time. They're all crazy. Oh man, I've never dated a super freaking hot girl. Never. Mm-mm. I've dated pretty girls, but never hot. And let's see. So yeah, I mean that's basically it, man. I mean, we all get older and our looks fade and stuff like that. And we get wrinkles and we get fat and all that and everything. I mean, that's upon us, That's a given. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's always nice to have a friend to hang out with and a friend you are intimate with. That's what I'm saying. It's always good to have something like that. Now, me personally, I ain't had that since 2008. I wonder if I'm wrong on that. 2008, 2010, 2009. No, I was right about 2008. I think that's right. Yeah. So I ain't had a date since 2008. That sounds like I want to turn that into a song. I ain't had a date since 2008. And I mean, it's funny, like people I tell that to, their jaws drop. They're like, oh my God, like, what the heck, dude? What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with me. That's the problem. It's wrong with well, there are a lot of messed up people out there, but it's like I got to the point where I just gave up and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it no more. My last girlfriend, she died. And I was like, nope. So that was that. So nothing has nothing to laugh about. Don't laugh about that. That's not funny. But yeah, sometimes you just got to give up when it comes to dating. Just got to be like, screw it. But don't don't block everything out though. You got to keep going. Like, I mean, every once in a blue moon, I'll go out to the bar. That's about all us older folk have. No, a lot of people there, oh, man, you go to church, go to the library to meet a girl, or whatever. And I'm like, if I'm going to go to church, I'm going to go for the Lord. That's all. I don't go to look for a piece of butt. When it comes to a library, libraries are weird, man. There's some sketchy looking people in them things. Me and my boy, we used to go out and hang out at Borders Bookstore. Used to be up on Gate City in Greensboro, and they changed. I don't know what they are now. I think it's a Walmart. And people are like, oh yeah, go to the grocery store. So how's that work? That's what I want to know. Well, you stay in the same aisle for like an hour until somebody walks by and you're like, hey, what's up? So you like cucumbers. I'm sorry. Uh, uh, oh gosh. It's time for the wise words of wisdom of the week. Uh, I don't know if you've ever caught my other ones, but maybe if you watch my other videos, you'll catch them. So, wise words of wisdom. Okay. Sorry, man. Uh, so I'm gonna do a live one for you. Okay. These are stuff I'll make up, whatever. So let's see. Oh man. So let's make a dating one. How about that? Wise words of wisdom, dating. Sorry, I keep smacking that thing. I need to come up with I need a boom for my microphone. So let's see. Dating wise. Always have a backup plan. Right? Always have a backup plan. That's your wise words of wisdom today. Backup plans are good. In other words, so I went on to I went on a date one time with this girl, and she had a backup plan. We met at a restaurant. We got our food, and we were outside eating on like a patio. By the way, if you are the girl that can remember this, screw you. All I remember about you is that you were hot and tan and you had fake red hair. It was almost pink. I don't even know why I even bothered. Anyway, so we're sitting there and this guy pulls up in a car, and apparently she hears a music playing out of the car. Anyway, she's like, "Oh my God, I know that song." She gets up and runs over to the guy's car. And she's like, she basically, in a nutshell, she gets in the car and takes off with a guy. And I'm sitting there going, what the heck just happened? I was like, man, she had a backup. That's her guy. That was her pusher, probably. Because I worked on her car and I found needles all in her car. I don't know if she was a diabetic or what, but dude, there was just needles everywhere. She's probably on Heron. I can't say that word. Hey, Secret Santa. How are you doing? How am I your hero? I'd love to be somebody's hero. Yeah. You're my hero. Yeah. Imagine if I was on the big screen. Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm working towards that. I'm maybe one day I'll be famous. Never know. Hey, I could be the next Mr. Beast. You never know. Not the Beast, but sorry, something's wrong with my hair. Sorry. Bear with me. Chop all my hair off. Then I don't have to worry about it. It does suck having long hair. If you're trying to decide whether to grow your hair out or not, don't. If you are an auto mechanic, Getting underneath the car and all that, dude, it's dangerous for one thing. If you don't have your hair up just right, you lean down into a car. I've seen people get their hair ripped out. So be careful. Yeah. So let's go back to talking about speed dating. I tell you what, let's go see online right now. What is out there? And I'm looking in Greensboro, North Carolina. Now, how cool would it be if, I'm sitting here talking to y'all and I go on this speed dating and I actually end up meeting one of y'all on here? That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. And of course, when you Google it, the first thing that comes up is Match.com, which is a dating site. In fact, there's a couple different ones. Dude, stay away from dating sites. They're a joke. They are. I mean, I have been on Facebook dating, whatever you call it. Anyway, I've been on there for a while. And the first girl that hit me up on there, sorry for being blunt, but dude, she looked like a homeless person. Let's just put it that way. I was not turned on at all. So it's funny, huh? One of my buddies just came on and was like, "Hey, he likes my reel where I was saying that I'm having a live show." I wonder if I can tell him real quick, man. Hey, man, I'm doing it live right now. Oh man. I'm not gonna bother. Well, let me see here. Yeah. Anyway, I just sent him a thing here. So back to looking up speed dating. So let's see what this says here. Speed dating. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, I got people coming in telling me all kinds of stuff. So there is. Oh, by the way, these speed datings are their age range, right? So you got one that's like So I'm 47. So you got one that's 25 to 39. You got one that's 40 to 50, and then you got one that's 28 to 42. The only thing is like people my age, don't look my age. Do I look 47? No, I don't look 47. Get out of here. So let's see. So the one that's 40 to 50 is October 21st at 6 p.m. at Hidden Gate Brewing. That's on 102 Barnhart Street in Greensboro. Let's see what it says. Okay, so it says Halloween speed dating. Get ready for a frightfully fun night at our Halloween speed dating event in Greensboro. Now the question is, do you dress up for Halloween for that? I don't think I would. I have some fake fangs that I can put in. They look pretty real too. Like they're molded, that molded type. You just go good to go. Yeah. Not the ones you wear when you're a kid. It says, where was I doing? Wear your favorite costume or fun t-shirt or quirky hat. Just come ready to have a good time and maybe meet your new boo. We are taking over Hidden Gate Brewery, one of Greensboro's coolest hidden gems, with a laid-back vibe and a great selection of in-house brews, plus plenty of other options to enjoy. You will meet up to 12 singles in a fun, relaxed setting that makes it easy to connect, laugh, and see if there is a spark. Whether you are looking to make new friends or find someone special, this night promises to be anything but ordinary. Bring your best energy and your cool single friends for a Halloween night to remember. Interesting. So let's see how much it cost. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, it's $35. Okay. Uh, Also, oops, what did I just do? Sorry. Also, there is I thought there was like some kind of code, like a promo code or something. Let me see here. Bear with me 1 second. And apparently this place, this brewery, they do a lot of these dating things there. Well, I was hoping I swore there was a code that you could put in. Usually there's a promo code. Anyway, so I'm on my laptop, but it looks different on my phone. It's always different, the format, whatever. Probably because more people go on their phone than they do on their laptop. I would put money on that. But I believe this is the one that I read. It might have been a different one, but there was one that I read that it sounded like you had to be rich, like make 6 figures a year or something to go on it, and it was a bunch of crap. I think, well, from what I've heard, it's nothing but a money-making scheme anyway. Because what they do is they find ways to get you to come back and spend more money and do all that and everything. So, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. That is on next month, the 21st. So I don't know if I'll do that or not. I mean, we'll see. I'm kind of becoming an introvert. I hate to admit that, because usually I go out and there have fun and everything. But here lately, man, I just don't like being around people. I'm not talking about my friends and stuff like that. I'm talking about just regular people, man. There's some shady looking people out there, just I don't know. It's just something I've gotten used to. I'm just kind of like, don't want to, deal, with these people. But let's see. Let's move on. Let's see. What is another one? November. So I'm out of that range. I'm too old. So there's one in November 18th at 6. It is at ages 38 to 52. That is a huge difference in age range there. Very, very, very. Can you imagine a 52-year-old dating a 38? That'd be wrong. No. And usually, in order for me to date somebody 5 years younger, somewhere around there, something like, I mean, they could be my age, but I don't, no, I don't feel. I hate when you're dating somebody and you either feel older than them, like way older than them, or you feel younger than them. Yes, I've dated women older than me, and I just hate that feeling. I've never dated anybody my same age, I don't think. Pretty sure I haven't. Pretty close, though. Let's see. No. No. So, here's one in December 16th at 6 at the Hidden Gate Brewery, 38 to 55. Oh, wait a minute. The first one was November 18th at 6 at both of them are at Hidden Gate. But anyway, like a month apart, give or take. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not a city person, so I would probably stick out like a sore thumb. Probably. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What y'all think? Yeah, I mean, y'all think I should go on that or not? Money's no option on that. That's fine. But I look at it like 20 years ago, I would have said, yeah, I'm really looking for somebody, da 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 da, looking for my soulmate and blah blah. And now, I think it was kind of like, yeah, it's something to do. I mean, don't want to be stuck in the house all the time. Try to have a life. I don't consider myself old. Not that old, but like to do something. My friends have tried to set me up with several different women, and it's just no chemistry whatsoever. You got to have chemistry with somebody. Otherwise, it is not going to work. I don't care if you're physically compatible. If you don't have chemistry, that is the main thing. And what it is like, if somebody, always asks, well, what's chemistry? It's where you just click with that person. like just right. Like you get each other, you know, you're on the same level. You know what each of you are talking about. You know how to joke around each other. You both get it. That's what makes a great relationship when you have that with somebody. And a lot of people don't get that. They don't. You'd be surprised. They're just kind of just lost. They just kind of like, I don't have anybody. So, and the reason why is because a lot of people now these days are programmed. They're programmed to not have chemistry with anybody. This is just my opinion. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I am a mad scientist. So that's the way it is, though. That's what I have figured out in my life. It's like if you don't have that chemistry with somebody, and you don't have nothing. You also got to have God in your life, right? I don't want to go down that road, but you know what I mean. Got to be a good person. Be a good person. Be good, and God will be good to you, right? Where there's good, there's bad. Where there's bad, there's good. Amen. I'm not trying to preach or anything like that. I'm not trying to do that. But some people actually need preaching too. I mean, they really do. I mean, there's some of the younger folk that I've talked to, they just are misguided. They need guidance. That's what a lot of. It don't even have to be a younger person. Older people need guidance too. You know, people that have slept through the system, and you know they're just lost. They need guidance, and we all need guidance. Even I do. You know, every once in a while. Although I'm smarter than most people. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you know, when it comes to dating, speed dating, and all that stuff and everything, you know, I always ask God to, you know, guide me in the right direction. If He doesn't think that I should do it, I know I have free will and everything, but at the same time, I like for Him to step in mysterious ways and say, "Hey, man, hey, you don't need to do this," you know, and I'll listen. I listen every time. So, I really do. I almost bought a car and was going to fully restore it. I'm not going to go into details, but something happened, and I took it as a vibe. I took it as a sign, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Okay, I'm listening, and I'm not going to do it." So, I heard the voice, and when you hear the voice, you listen, right? Your inner voice. And that's what a lot of people need to do these days. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people, they just, they learn the hard way, you know. So, I hope that I made the right decision in doing that. I'm 100% positive that I did. Because I would have ended up spending a lot of money in restoring this car and probably not even selling it. You know, there probably wouldn't even been a good buyer for it or anything. And I probably would have, ended up taking a bath, not making anything. So I listened. So, um, if you are one of my closest friends or anything and would like to know what kind of car it was, whatever, just you can call me or text me, and I'll tell you what it is. But I don't want to tell. I don't want to say what it is on here. Um, but there are some cars out there that are worth restoring, but you just need to have really good knowledge on what resale value is on stuff. Okay, like if you got a 67 or a 68 Camaro, definitely worth restoring. Um, like even from the ground up, because you're talking about a $40,000-$50,000 car. I want to say. So it's always good to have knowledge on that. And but anyway, that's just my point on that. And with the speed dating thing, when I read what I read, I listened to the voice tell me, don't do this. And so, yeah, you listen, right? Now, I mean, there are there can be two different voices there. You can be like, hear the wrong one, and then next thing you know, you done got in over your head. So you just got to be very smart about it. You need to be a child of God, right? Be a child of God, and you'll never go wrong. You ask Him for guidance, and He'll give it to you. I am not a huge holy roller or anything like that. Never have been. I went to church when I was a child and all that, and did not like it. But I went because my parents made me go. Um, but I use a lot of common sense and everything, and God is in my life, and He watches over me. There are bad things that happen in our lives, that we cannot control, but it's all part of life. And just remember, we have free will, but it's our choice to do the right thing. So just keep that in mind. I have had people tell me that I should be a preacher or something like that, but I don't know. Something about it doesn't feel right. I can't really put my finger on it. But you know what makes a good preacher? I'll tell you what makes a good preacher. A person who has been through it. Like, I mean, like they've been through the worst when they were a child. Let your imagination run there. But they've been through it. And they came out on top. And now because they found God. And I've known people like that. I know somebody recently who has been ordained and who has been through the ringer and all that. And, I just got to say good for them, I do believe that you can take it a little bit too far. I do believe that there are preachers out there that take it way too far. It's like you got to dial it back a little bit, There's nothing wrong with preaching the gospel or anything like that. But there's just people that they go nuts. Let's just say it. They're just nuts. It's like, come on, dude. Like, Um, yeah. Um, and I've been to all kinds of different churches. One of the most beautiful churches I've ever been to was in Costa Rica. It was one of the oldest churches ever. This thing looked like it was thousands, some thousand years old or something. It's crazy. Um, it was a beautiful Catholic church. I believe it's right. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get into doing that though. Um, it's it's like God. It's like God tells me has told me um, I'm good where I'm at. You know, I don't feel the push to do anything like that. Um, Maybe He's looking after me. You know, um, because I mean, it can be dangerous, especially these days, to be into that stuff. You got to have eyes in the back of your head. You know, um, one thing is I will not hesitate to protect my family. So that's one reason why I can't do that. Um, but still, I try to make the right choices and everything, and do the right thing, and thank God every day for just waking up. Um, and thank God for everything that I have. You know, tell Him to protect my family at all cost, and let me just live a nice, happy life. Right? Amen. Amen. Right? Well, I really appreciate everybody coming in and out, in and out, in and out. It's amazing how people do that. Nobody just comes and stays. But anyway, when this post, thank y'all once again for sitting down and watching and listening. And I hope to do way more shows. Um, I um, I'm going to try and get someone on the show somehow. I'm working on it. I am. it's it's hard enough doing it by myself. It's really hard to get somebody on the show. You know. Um. Anyway, thank y'all for coming and watching. I really appreciate y'all. Okay. So I'm Ron with broketv123, and I will see y'all next time.